נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך מאוד אני לפניך רוח חי וקיים מאוד אני לפניך רוח חי So who's going to win the contest of the one who can open their mouth the widest? שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך מאוד אני לפניך רוח חי וקיים. Kermit wins the prize. מאוד אני לפניך רוח חי וקיים שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך שחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך. Welcome,
hey,
KZOOMers. Old KZOOMers, new KZOOMers. Blue KZOOMers, green KZOOMers.
It's not easy being green, but Kermit makes it look easy.
Yes. So, the theme for this week's KZOOM is surrendering to the transforming presence, allowing ourselves.
I must interrupt just for a moment because I want to introduce you to someone that you've not met before. This is Dr. Rabbi Shefa. As of this afternoon, presented with her Doctorate of Divinity, I present you Shefa.
I present you, Doctor. And I promised Rachmel that we would play Doctor later tonight.
Shh! This
That's
bodes
what
well.
I'm going to do with my doctorate. So that's what I'm doing with my doctorate. I want to explore this this sense of the transforming presence, that being on a path of divinity, since I'm a doctor of divinity,
There you go.
means opening to, allowing, consenting that to that transforming presence, because we have the other choice is to resist. And resist is a kind of a habitual thing that we do with the power of transformation, and I think, come on, the resistance, I'm going to say, is futile. because so this consenting inside us is what I do in my practice. And what I want to say is that every moment that we have, that we are touched by beauty, by holiness, when we are, that when it pierces us, when it captures us, there is this opportunity to be able to step through a door and to use the power of that beauty to awaken. Our line from the Shir Shirim this week says, Libavtini, achoti Chalah. Libavtini, and means you have captured, or you have ravished my heart. I have been touched. I have been, my small self has been defeated by this moment of beauty. And I want to use that for my awakening. But it's really easy after a moment of awakening to go back to sleep. And I wanted to read this poem by Rumi that says, "The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. Don't go back to sleep. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep." So I thought of that poem because just as a reminder is that we have these moments where we glimpse the ineffable, we glimpse a mystery, we step for a moment into that liminal space where we are between worlds, we're on the doorsill there. And at those moments, if we raise our awareness, we can then use the power of that for our awakening. So let's take those words, Libavtini, and just tune into the heart and imagine that it's the heart that is surrendering, that is opening, that is allowing, that is consenting to that transforming power. Libavtini, achoti Chalah. Libavtini, achoti Chalah. Libavtini, 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 Libavtini,
achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah, Libavtini,
achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah,
Libavtini,
Libavtini,
Libavtini, Libavtini,
Libavtini,
achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah, Libavtini,
achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah,
Libavtini,
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 achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah,
Libavtini, achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah,
Libavtini, Libavtini, Libavtini,
achoti Chalah, Libavtini,
achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah,
Libavtini,
Libavtini,
achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah, Libavtini,
achoti Chalah,
achoti Chalah,
Libavtini, achoti
So you might want to just close your eyes and feel inside you a moment that that you were pierced by beauty, that you were touched, maybe even overwhelmed in that moment. And instead of resisting its power, just allow yourself with the breath to breathe into the heart. And with the exhale, just consent. Just say yes. Say, don't go back to sleep. Here is a moment of awakening. Don't go back to sleep. So such beauty here, and we want to just take a look around the KZOOM room and connect ourselves with these KZOOMers from all over, and so when I was in this place of remembering what it means to surrender to that transforming presence, the text, says, "You have ravished my heart with one glance of your eyes, with one bead of your necklace." It just takes realizing that it just takes a moment to disarm me, to take away my defenses and open me to this presence that wants to move through me. And what it reminded me of is that when I teach meditation, and maybe some of you have studied this with me, I teach I put my hand like this, I said, 4 principles of meditation. And the 4 principles of meditation that I teach, the first one is the ability to focus our attention, because the mind really needs a kind of a training not to sort of just be pulled this way and that. And so the prerequisite for opening to that transforming presence is first the ability to focus. And most of the time when people study meditation, that's what they're doing. They're learning how to focus attention, whether it's on the breath or on a chant or on a mantra or on a mandala. Focusing of attention is absolutely a kind of a prerequisite, a requirement. But in meditation, what I want to do is become spacious, loving awareness. I want to let go of the content of the mind, which often is just so compelling, so seductive. I want to be able to let go. And so the second principle that I teach is called korban, which korban is the word that means sacrifice, but it literally means the coming close to God. But it's coming close by letting go. And so what I teach in meditation is the art of letting go, because how we let go matters. And as the contents of thoughts, emerge, I just want to learn how to let them go in the most beautiful, gentle, and persistent way. The third principle of meditation, I call it tshuva, which is the art of return, which means that when I do that korban, that letting go of the content of what my mind is calling me to, I let it go, and then I return to my intention to be available to that transforming presence. So I learn how to focus, and then I let go. I do that korban, moment by moment. I let go and I return. So those are the first 3 principles. And the 4th principle of meditation is what I call misirat nefesh, which is the surrender of the small self to the transforming presence. And it describes the long-term effect of a spiritual practice. Not what's happening necessarily right in this moment, but a kind of a bird's eye awareness of where my practice is taking me. And that awareness actually amplifies the effect of it. So what's happening is that over time, God's transforming presence is moving through me, and I'm making room for that through my practice. And when I become aware of this long-term kind of movement of my soul, I amplify the power of it inside me. I consent to it. I drop whatever resistance to change that I have, which is kind of a natural part of us. I soften that resistance and open to the transforming presence. So I wanted, this word in Shir HaShirim, Libavtini, you have ravished my heart, just reminded me of the whole enterprise of this practice of focus, of korban, of tshuva, and of misirat nefesh. And so I wanted to dedicate our practices to those principles. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Sound good? So yeah, and this is, it's something I'm excited about. And I think as I was preparing for this KZOOM, I realized that this instruction that I give myself in meditation is actually the instruction I want to give myself in life. That my meditation is a kind of a microcosm of the whole process of my life. So let's say that focus is there. We have made a commitment to focus as we chant, and now we want to look at this, what it means to have a korban, a letting go, and so I chose this line that says, Dodi Tzafanti Lach. It says, my beloved. So the word Tzafanti is like a it's called the God window practice. It's called Dodi Tzafanti Lach. Tzafanti is kind of the hidden place inside me that is making itself known in this moment. And I say to God, here, it's yours. I'm doing the korban. I'm doing the sacrifice, because that's what will allow me to come near to God. So let's say in our meditation practice, that we enter into the silence and a thought comes, and it's kind of a juicy kind of thought, but we remember, like, oh yeah, I'm meditating. I'm just going to let that go right now. And I'm going to do it with such love, such gentleness, such generosity to God, knowing that when I do that, I will be moving closer to that presence. And imagine that that's also what we're doing in our lives, each moment, living a moment, and then letting it go. And saying to God, Dodi, my beloved, this thing that's coming into me, I'm just giving it back to you. Okay, so wait a minute. Let's just take a moment first. Feel like sometimes I think what I want to let go of is a kind of a turbulence inside me, kind of a rumbling around and repetitive thoughts that come back and back and back and round in me. And I want to say to God, here, there, it's yours. I offer this up. Dodi Tzafanti Lach. Dodi Tzafanti Lach. So one thing I want to just to say that I like to take my hand, put it on my heart every time I say Lach. Just imagine giving that over. So let's start again. Dodi Tzafanti Lach. Dodi, Tzafanti, Lach, 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 Tzafanti, Lach, Dodi, Tzafanti, So as we let go of some of the small stuff, the worries, the ruminations, the repeating thoughts, the sense of the future or the past, open to presence and return, and we return to an intention to be in God's presence, to allow that transforming presence into our lives through beauty, through inspiration, through our own sense of expanded presence. And there's a name for that return. Another name for that return is taking refuge in God. And I used to think taking refuge was like kind of a Buddhist thing, but then looking at the Psalms, it's just repeated over and over again that's what we do. We take refuge, and what we take refuge in is like the big world. We get caught in the small world. We get entangled in the small world, but there is a much bigger reality, and when we take refuge in that, then there is what's called grace that flows. Like that's the effect of taking refuge in God, is that there is a flow of grace that is just moving through us. So I wanted to affirm this principle of tshuva. It's like that and the whole idea is that I can always return. It's like no matter how
Yes.
You're released to me, God. When my soul takes refuge in you, when I return. Rachmiel's taking refuge in more wires.
Connecting to the router.
Connecting to the router.
Directly.
Yay. There must be a metaphor going on there with connecting to the router.
Directly to the source.
To the source.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Chanayni Elohim, Chanayni, Chanayni Elohim, Chanayni, Chanayni Elohim, Chanayni, Chanayni Elohim, Chanayni. Oh, chasayah nafshi, chasayah nafshi.